nourish your Sigma grind set. At the Pre-Engineer Society, we are on a mission to empower aspiring engineers and other related professions. We emphasize bringing valuable information to you from health and medicine to space and physics, because when you create value, you make a change, an impactful change that has 100% value. Pre-Engineer Society, nourish your Sigma grind set. Without further ado, let us present the Pre-Engineers podcast. Welcome to the podcast where we bring you the hot new science topics in engineering, space, and medicine. Welcome to our Pre-Engineers Science podcast, and today we will be going over pain. What is it, why it's useful, how to assess pain, and how it's measured, among numerous other things. Today we're joined by three people. We're joined by Alex, we're joined by James, and we're joined by Jan. So, Jan, give me your Sigma fact.
My Sigma fact is that because I put on my sock backwards today, or inside out, the entire universe except for my foot is in my sock.
Alright, and James, what is your Sigma fact?
I took one look at what I had to revise for biology, and I've been procrastinating ever since.
Okay. And Alex, do you have your Sigma fact prepared yet?
I have a Sigma fact ready, and I thought of this. My Sigma fact is that I don't live in a house because I'm not weak enough to need protection from the elements.
Okay, that's good.
That's a pretty good one.
Thank you.
And my Sigma fact is that I don't beat my meat, I destroy it. Okay, now let's begin with the proper podcast. So, what do you guys know about pain?
I'm not very educated on the subject, not gonna lie.
Okay,
All right.
well,
it's a response that your body has to anything dangerous.
Yeah. It's
Well, that would be up here, right?
Well, it's actually mostly it doesn't actually have to be danger, because occasionally occasionally we don't actually we may feel pain, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are actually getting actual tissue damage. So
Right.
Pain is actually just it's a mental response to a stimulus, although not necessarily a stimulus.
Right.
I just have a question real quick. Is this a PG podcast or?
Well, we want to keep it as PG as possible, but you can definitely, we don't have to be completely PG, Just cussing.
Guys, I might have a problem, to be fair. My internet keeps going in and out.
Join whenever you can. Alex, you want to say?
Yes, so an interesting fact about pain is that people can actually get sexual arousal from pain.
Oh yeah, wait. Do you know what that's called?
Sadism.
Yeah, and do you know what masochism is?
Is that where you get sexual arousal from inflicting pain?
Masochism, the tendency to derive sexual gratification from one's own pain or humiliation.
Silly me.
That's interesting.
What the fuck?
Silly me, I should have known that.
Yeah, but it's okay. Okay, the best people also make mistakes.
That's right.
And sadism is where you like to inflict pain.
Yeah, I see.
Right.
Let's search up. Okay, so sadism is the tendency to derive. Yeah, so inflicting pain. So, yeah, all right. You're right with that. And now let's. Why is pain useful? Why have we evolved to feel pain?
Thanks.
Well, it warns you.
It protects us from.
Yeah.
Basically, the alarm signal from the body. You know that you're in danger, or something's not right when you're in pain. Basically, for example, if you touch the hot stove, you get pain because that's your brain, telling you that you need to not touch the hot stove.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's actually the main reason why we have evolved to just feel
Huh.
pain. Like, although you
Imagine
may think, I wish I could live in a world without pain, there's actually it's a quite a rare condition, and some people they just can't feel pain, and it's terrible because sometimes they can break their
Yeah,
arms and they just don't realize that. And
yeah, they can be in like really bad danger, and they just don't realize it. For example, if they do touch a hot stove, they don't realize that it's hot because they don't have pain, so they could burn their whole hand off and not even realize because
Yeah,
they're busy on their phone or something like that.
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
see. Yeah, and how do physicians assess pain? Do you guys know how they do it?
Physicians.
Yeah.
Physicians, like, no, I don't.
You mean
I
doctor?
mean, I believe the first thing they do is they ask their patients to, describe their pain on a scale of 1 to 10. That's like the very first thing that they do, really.
Yeah.
More than that, I don't really know.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what they do.
Oh.
So they just yeah
Impressive. Alex is very knowledgeable in this.
yeah,
Nice.
and
Look
in
like it.
fact, look, the thing about the doctors is that they have to believe the patient is if the patient says they have a problem or pain, then the
Yeah.
physician has to believe they are feeling pain, even though the physician doesn't necessarily have to believe it. Because
Oh, damn.
yeah,
And what's
so
what's interesting is that people experience pain differently. For example, if I break my arm, I
Yeah.
could say that I'm feeling my pain at about an 8. But William, if he breaks his arm, he could, since he's like super strong, he could say, "Oh, that's only like a 2 for me." So,
No joke.
so it's different. It varies from person to person.
yeah, so it just depends on like how tough
Mm.
you are and how
Yeah.
how
Yeah, and also with experience, you
Yeah,
learn
you can
to
also
handle
build a
pain.
tolerance
Exactly.
to pain. Yeah.
Pain is very useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually, well, there's these people called, and it's called the Hardy Wolf scale, and it's in levels of goals, and well, it was they were trying to find a way to measure pain. The problem is though measuring pain is that pain is very subjective, as you guys have already brought up before. Some people
Yeah.
they may
Yes.
rate breaking their arm like a 4. Some people might rate breaking their arm like an 8, and that's a problem with it, right? Pain is
Yeah.
it's a very nuanced
Yeah.
phenomenon, and
Yeah.
but anyway, they were trying to analyze it and measure pain using dolorimeters, and dolorimeters applied steady pressure using blunt and sharp objects and heat or electrical stimulation, and yeah, then the test subjects they told they told the testers or whatever you call them that
Yeah.
when it they felt pain, and well, it was quite the whole measuring system was ditched, but Dole's is the most, if we're ever talking about measuring pain, Dole's would most likely be the way of measuring pain, although it's not completely agreed upon.
Dolls.
Doles, yeah,
Yeah,
DOLS.
sorry, I just yeah,
Yeah.
I disconnected, so I
Fair
just
enough.
came
Yeah.
in at the very last
Um,
statement.
Hey, guys,
what's
I
also
was
in
just because when you talked about how pain was something that we evolved, like imagine a world before pain. Imagine being the first person to feel pain.
Oh,
That was so horrible. You just go through your whole life thinking there's no consequences, and then you just feel pain.
Yeah, yeah. It's
mm,
no, but yeah, it must. Yes, yeah, true.
Yeah,
Although I guess actually we must have developed it early on. If it's such a
yeah, because
Yeah, I
I'm
think
pretty sure.
every like every organism really feels pain. I think, to be honest. For example, even bacterium, I think they like somehow feel pain. That's how they know to escape the white blood cells or something like that. I think
yeah, true.
that's how like animals basically evolved how their basic instincts,
Hmm.
through pain, because that's a
yeah,
very basic emotion. Really, I think
Okay, yeah, yeah,
I
right.
think everything feels pain. Really.
True. Yo,
Yeah,
guys,
I
yeah,
am. I'm not too sure about the bacteria, but I think mostly all the multicellular organisms. probably
that's
feel
true.
pain. So
I find it.
yeah. So
I-
what did you want to add, Jan?
I find it interesting how we've been talking a lot about physical pain, but emotional pain has like the same sort of function, you know?
Mm.
It just
Yeah,
tells you that
true. Well,
there needs to be a change in your environment, right?
Yeah.
So
And there's actually another way. The dollarimeter or doll scale was actually it was used to measure physical pain, but there's actually the scale, and this is a bit more widely accepted. It's called the Orbach and Mikulinsa, a mental pain scale. I'm not sure if I just butchered the pronunciation, but it's
Probably.
yeah, it's just stands for OMMP, and well, according to the old scale, losing your keys would be around a 7 OMMP,
seriously.
and then
what's does it go up to 10 or to 100 or what?
goes
Yeah.
up to like either the highest is 350. Now,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that makes
okay.
more
Okay,
Well,
sense.
makes
yeah.
more sense now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
makes
I thought it
sense.
was
Yeah.
10 per second.
I thought, yeah, it's a bit exaggerated.
Yes.
yeah, and so have a guess. How many OMMP is prolonged solitary confinement? How much would you put that at?
Ooh, I would
That
200.
say
that
around
must be pretty high,
250.
to be
No,
honest.
250. I was going to say 250 as well, yeah.
I would say around 250, maybe 300.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Depends
say
how long.
200.
Depends how
I'm
long
gonna
it is.
say 280
Wait, this
because
is
it's prolonged.
prolonged.
So
No, guys,
280.
this is the emotional scale. So, oh yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. No, honestly, maybe it might be even the most extreme, like 300.
To be honest, okay,
Yeah,
never mind. I'm
but
changing it. 310.
but it
310.
depends how long it is. If you're only in solitary confinement for a day,
But
of
he
course
said
that's going to be
prolonged.
uncomfortable.
Prolonged, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but how long is prolonged?
Yeah,
You know?
but I don't know if you
And
can quantify, like sit down.
Okay, I'm gonna say around 300 then.
I'm gonna say
300.
same as Alex. I guess
Well,
310.
okay. You got okay. The answer is actually 312. So James was his
Oh,
310. He was the closest. Now,
There
Damn.
we go. There we
That's
that
actually
was
a
go.
really good
close.
question. That's actually
That
really
was,
fun to do.
yeah.
the
Bet like
next
that.
one is being diagnosed with a terminal illness. So
Fuck.
how high would you rate that? And
I
then
would
Oh,
say that.
fuck
Wait,
me.
what
340.
does the scale go up to again?
I'm
350.
saying 350. 350 is
340.
the highest. I'm saying 350. If somebody
340.
tells you you
Mm,
got cancer and you're basically fucked,
no,
that's
I'm gonna say 325.
I said 340. Let's go.
340. Okay, and then James at 350. Okay, so well, whoever said 325 was the closest. It's at
Damn.
Wait, what was it?
330.
ah.
That's
Yeah.
Damn.
close.
That's so
Off by
close.
5.
312 and 330. That's so close.
And then,
Yeah,
well,
man.
this is most painful, and this is quite. I mean, in some cases, maybe you don't even. Okay, well,
Wait, let us bet on it.
okay,
Or,
okay, okay. So, well, have a guess. What do you think is the most painful?
Oh,
Painful.
Mm, oh, that's a difficult question.
This is maybe
This-
having like a loved one die. Maybe
someone's
like
very important.
Maybe finding out your whole family just died in a house
y-
fire or something like
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Wait,
You think
does
that?
emotional pain like count trauma or something like that?
Yeah.
True.
Well, you guys actually hit it right on the nail with that one. The
No
most
way.
painful thing is the death of a loved one. So,
There
yeah.
we go. There we
We're
go.
so
So
clever.
having a loved one die is more painful than being diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Yeah. Because, well,
Wow. We were so
I
accurate
mean,
on all three of those.
Yeah, we were actually.
Yeah.
You see, that was because we all did it together. It was close. That
True.
was good.
Team effort.
Fair.
Yes.
okay, now this is going to be a bit gruesome. So, but what do you think is the most painful thing someone can experience? Like we're
I'm
going
gonna
into
say
the
being
Physically.
physically, yeah.
That's why being boiled alive.
I'm gonna say boiled alive as well. I was gonna say burned alive, but after you've burned through the nerves, it's not gonna hurt anymore. So I'm gonna say boiled
Oh,
alive.
in fact, I'm going to contradict that argument with that burning through the nerves. Okay, so
Okay.
okay. Well, what do you guys think? You're going to say boiling, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
one of us. Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
sure.
I
Let's
haven't decided. Wait.
Okay. James, maybe so that we have a better chance to do like something else. You know?
Yeah. That's
You
what
answer
I'm gonna
different.
probably do. Maybe like
No,
fuck it.
this the most just
One of the I don't think it's the most painful, but just to put out variation, I'm gonna say like the blood eagle or something like that. One of those execution methods.
I don't
Oh,
know that.
guys, I heard about an execution method. You know what they did?
What?
They like lowered people with a platform onto like a spike, and it would go up their
Ooh,
ass.
Oh my god!
that would be
Oh no!
horrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. Guess it was in like the Incan or the Aztec Empire. I forgot. I think.
we should talk about the most painful execution methods.
Oh yeah.
That's
okay.
the blood
Well,
eagle.
yeah,
I'm pretty.
actually, James was okay. I didn't actually know about the blood eagle before, but when I searched it up, he is pretty right though. That is pretty bad. But the next one is a bit. The most painful is a bit worse than the blood eagle though. But okay,
Okay, what
so
is it?
the second most painful experience is being burning alive, and the reason why is that you
Oh,
said that
oh,
burning alive it destroys all the nerves. Well, the thing is, the problem is you're going to still feel because most likely not all of your nerves are going to be destroyed, and so the
yeah,
areas
that's
around
true.
the part that was burnt, right? You're still going to feel that. Do you understand?
But
True. Yeah,
how
yeah,
does
yeah.
boiling alive
Oh,
compare to it?
So
Yeah, why is boiling alive not as bad then?
Yeah.
well, because what I have to say, boiling alive is also very I guess yeah, boiling
Guys,
alive is kind of
similar.
similar,
Mm.
yeah.
guys,
Yeah, so I would say yeah, boiling alive also would be
guys. I need to tell you about something. I just searched up this question: what's worse, boiling to death or burning alive? And the first response is, I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
yeah. Who can be sure, right? No one's going to be like, I
Exactly.
test our
That's
I
boiling.
true.
wouldn't know.
let's test it out, shall we?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, yeah, well, actually, it takes well once you get really some severe fire on your arm or anything, it takes around 30 seconds for all the nerve endings in the area to just be
Oh,
destroyed, and
that
then
would be so horrible.
yeah,
No.
because what the worst thing about it, right, is it has to go through all your yeah, it has to go through all your skin before it destroys those nerves. So it has to go through multiple layers of skin.
Mhm.
And it would like,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that wouldn't be very pleasant.
Oh,
yeah.
now you just made me realize how bad it actually is.
Yeah, no, because yeah, I imagine tearing through the upper layers of your skin. You just like, But this one, the next
And your
one,
fat would get really, really bubbly as well. Oh,
yeah.
Mm,
What would get
no.
really bubbly?
I
your
mean,
fat, because it would heat up and it would,
Oh, you're
it
right.
would melt.
yeah.
Well,
Oh,
like, yeah.
Okay, now,
All the
okay,
cheese would melt too, if you know what I mean.
now for the final one. At this point, though, the answer to this question is not like how much will this experience hurt. It's simply how much can a human endure like how much pain can the human being endure without going insane or losing consciousness? Because this next thing is so painful that I mean most people just pass out from it because it's so much pain.
Oh,
So
what
yeah,
do you mean
but
by
why
how
do
much
people pass
pain?
out when they're under pain? I wonder.
I just
Is it?
okay.
Is that
Well,
also a
do you
response?
guys know any? Okay, so it's certainly it's an old torture method, but it's like crucifixion. It's similar to crucifixion.
Okay, I think I know.
Not actually that bad. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Can you repeat your question, bro? Can you repeat
what
your
do you
question?
think is the most painful thing that someone can experience? So we talked
Maybe
about
like
burning. That
getting
was a
their limbs torn
second.
apart.
Yeah.
Mm,
The
like
first.
they can
This
experience
is a
what they can experience until what? Because you would pass out at some point, wouldn't you? Or the pain would just go away.
yeah. Well, let's say hypothetically you just stay awake the entire experience, the whole time.
Hmm.
You guys have any
Oh,
idea?
but you said torture method.
Yeah, this would. Yeah, it is a torture method.
Maybe
Yeah.
the one where they like pull your body apart with
True,
strings.
I was literally just about to say that.
I was saying that
Now
before.
that's actually, I would say, yeah, that is bad, but this is slightly
I'm
worse.
thinking,
But
I'm
Oh,
thinking.
uh,
what?
don't.
There's one where They hang your body upside down, so all of the blood rushes away from your legs, and then they slowly cut off layers of your legs, and then you don't die because you don't die of blood loss because all of the blood is not there.
Damn.
Okay, well, yeah,
Jeez.
Alex got kind of close with it. The worst way to
Yes.
die, or yeah, the worst, most painful is being flayed, or in other words, flayed is just a more formal way of saying being skinned alive. Yeah,
Oh,
so
that
that
would
Jeez.
be
Wait,
horrible.
guys, would you like to go on to Reddit 50/50? Maybe we'll find one of those pictures.
Oh, I'm good, man.
yeah, no,
Thanks.
let's pass on that, okay? We don't want to go
Yeah.
that far, okay? It's just,
Guys, oh yeah.
and the thing is, right, is that it's an agonizing stinging sensation. So you really want to itch your whole body, right? But the thing about
God.
that, if you begin itching, you're ripping
Oh
away
my
at your
God.
flesh
That's
because
so horrible.
yeah,
God.
That's so horrible to think about.
and
Oh.
then what happens is that because once all your skin's been removed, it's exposed flesh, and then you'll just have maggots and just infectious
Oh.
pathogens just going all over you.
Wait, no, wait. Wait. I'm thinking about this. Are you sure it's being flayed and not eaten?
No, because no, but that's what happens, right? Is no, you're flayed, right?
Ah,
But
I've
then,
got a very good
but once
question
you're
to ask
left
everyone
there,
next now.
right, for like a couple days, there will be, because it's open, it's open
Yeah.
flesh. There will be maggots that
Right.
just
So if you didn't faint, right? Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
If you didn't already pass out with the yeah,
Yeah. Alex, I think,
and
had a
also
question.
with the blood
Yeah, I
loss.
have a
Yeah.
very good question.
Right.
So which animal attack do you guys think would be the most painful? Like
Animal
being
attack.
attacked by any wild animal, which one do you think would be the most
I'm gonna say
painful?
the grizzly bear.
I was
I would say
thinking
the
that
grizzly
too.
bear because
I would say that.
they don't just try and kill you. They don't care whether you're dead or not. They just start eating you, you know?
Did they?
Yeah. They just
Jeez.
literally start eating you. They don't even care whether you're dead. They just start eating you alive.
I was
Or
gonna
the
say that. I was gonna say that it's because
Yeah.
of the grizzly bear's claws, because like a shark maybe would bite your
oh.
leg off, but it's not gonna rip it away.
Or maybe because a crocodile, they kill you very, very slowly because they don't before they start eating you, they need your flesh to be nice and loose. So they chew down onto, for example, your leg to try and loosen the flesh from the bones. And they do that for a long, long time before they kill you, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
can imagine could also be quite painful.
Wait, maybe we can switch
Sounds
this up.
lovely.
Oh,
Sounds
okay.
lovely.
Okay, now, what do you? I think we should probably move on to
Bull-
like more.
Bullet apparently has
What,
an excruciating sting.
okay, so I
But
want to talk about like the mysteriousness of pain. So, in 1995, the British Medical Journal published an astonishing report about a 29-year-old builder who had a nail pierced right through his steel boot, and he described the pain as so agonizing that the slightest movement would cause excruciating pain. But the most weird thing was that when the doctors took off his boot, they faced a surprising sight, and it was that the nail never touched his foot at all, and he was just imagining it all.
Oh,
what the?
yeah.
That is weird.
I know it's just yeah, and it just that actually another instance of it is
Yeah.
well,
That's also like, but that's not only for pain. You can convince yourself that
Yeah.
things are happening if you. The brain acts
It's
really
like the
weird
placebo
sometimes.
effect. It's
Maybe
basically
all the
just the
time it
Yeah.
placebo
feels
effect, really.
that people are over dramatic. They actually are perceiving pain.
Yeah. But I think that's a very good example of the placebo effect, really, because you're convinced that something's happening, and then your body sends those pain signals just because you're convinced that you're feeling pain.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think. And that the worst thing about it is that you can't be treated for it really, right? Because
Yeah.
you're not feeling pain. It's just you have it all in your mind. And well, I wouldn't say that's actually because you're not getting any tissue damage. So it's just it's a very weird instance. And another do you guys know what happens when well, sometimes some male partners of pregnant women they feel so attached to their wife, or I don't know, whoever they're
Yeah.
that they also feel pain which is they feel the pain of the.
It's a
It's like
very
getting secondhand
physical.
embarrassment or something like that.
What?
Yeah,
No, yeah. It's a very physical, I think, manifestation of empathy.
yeah, it's just.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
And and that's why. Well, I mean, scientists they always thought, just throughout, and in the last 100 years, scientists always thought that pain was just a direct response to damage or just any and then the more severe an injury was, the more painful it was. But nowadays, and through numerous studies, that scientists now know that well, even when the body's threat signaling systems and mechanisms are fully functioning, pain and tissue damage don't always go hand in hand. So,
Right.
yeah. Well, and it's it's pretty much like Alex said, it's just the placebo
Guys,
effect,
yeah.
and
Something that I find interesting is like the amount of damage actually that stress can cause on people as well.
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
actually that
Yeah.
those are
Yes.
kind of the factors that play in a role in the pain experienced. So yeah, well, like stress, right? That can be maybe linked to well, if you believe already you have a preconception that this is going to hurt, then it's going to like for instance, right? If you're scared of needles, then
You're
be
actually
like
Yeah,
right.
you're going to be like,
it's
this is going to hurt a lot. But
That's gonna
in
hurt.
fact, someone else that doesn't have a believe that needles are dangerous, they won't feel anything. They'll just be
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
you have to try and convince yourself that it's not gonna hurt. Because if the longer you spend basically
Thinking it'll hurt,
psyching it, it's
more it'll
like
hurt.
if you jump in the pool really, really quickly, you're not gonna feel as cold as if you slowly go in the pool as slow as you can. You have to.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Mhm.
And
So yeah, pain is a very psychological thing, really.
yeah, it's psychological. It's like yeah, it's psychological, but also yeah, I mean it's just like it's quite contrary to like just what everyone mostly believes about pain. That it's in fact also very psychological as well.
Mm.
And yeah, well, do you got do you guys know anything about chronic pain? So we're not talking about just instantaneous pain like the needle. We're talking just what is the definition of chronic pain?
Pain that doesn't go away.
Yeah, pain that you just chronically feel, basically. So it's just always there,
Well,
Yep.
yeah,
Chronic means until death,
like
right?
cancer pain or something like that, or that's chronic pain because
yeah. In
Uh,
fact, well, according just to just the medical industry or just yeah, a chronic pain is any pain that lasts for longer than 3 months. And
Ah.
the thing about chronic pain and why it's so bad is that it can actually outlast a physical injury. So let's say,
Mm.
right,
That's not useful anymore.
you weren't able to use your foot for like 5 years. Maybe from then on, right, even if you maybe get your sense back in your foot, you might never be able to use that foot again. Even though you can, you just got so used to not being able to use it that now you can't use it anymore. But
Oh, guys, that actually reminds me of phantom limb pain.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Let's clear it up for those who don't know that are listening. So it's like when someone, I think, gets one of their limbs amputated, then I think they can still feel pain in
yeah,
specific parts of the limb which aren't there anymore. Right?
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Phantom limb like syndrome is very, very strange.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just be terrible, right? You're like saying, oh yeah, my leg's going to be here, and then you just see it's just not there.
Yeah,
Wow,
or you
guys.
feel like,
It's
oh,
a
my legs,
reminder.
my leg hurts, and then you go and like rub your leg, but your leg, isn't there.
Guys, but apparently it's 80 to 100% of amputees that experience this.
Yeah,
But I don't think is that like a long lasting effect, or is it just like
I don't know. Well, actually,
an
they
immediate
experience
side effect, really?
sensations, 80 to 100. I don't know if it's long lasting.
But feeling
That's
what
weird.
happens though if they want to itch their leg? Like, what if they have an itchy leg, but their leg is
How do they how do
No,
they get rid of that itch?
I know
yeah,
it's impossible.
damn.
That's
Oh,
weird.
No, okay, yeah.
Okay. Well, that actually that ends up all the research I've made about pain this
Mm.
week. But
Well,
if you
very
guys want
interesting.
to add anything else, and if you want to talk about anything else, just feel free or to share. Or
Guys, yeah. You know what might be interesting, like eh, because I saw on a YouTube channel once that they did like a tier list of their pain, right? Like physical, and then they did emotional. I mean, I don't know if we've got enough experiences yet to make one of those, but I think that might be interesting.
sure.
Nice.
Right. To start things off, anyone experienced anything worse than breaking a bone?
Oh God! Basically, the most painful thing I've ever experienced
Yeah.
was when I broke my hand and the
Ah.
doctor had to push the bone like back into place.
Oh.
And it
And
was like
did he
just
do
it
it
was like
slowly or quickly, like we were talking about?
he did it. I mean, it was just my hand, so like it didn't. He did it still quite quickly, but God, it was really painful because like the two broken ends of the bone were like scraping against each other as they got pushed back into place,
Oh
why
no.
didn't he
and
get
that
local anesthesia? Like, what was
I
he?
No,
don't
that's
know.
not like normal.
I don't know.
That's
I
not a
guess
normal
because it
thing to
was
put
just
anesthetic. I mean,
yeah.
anesthetic is a resource,
And I mean, it took like 1 second or something like that. I don't think it would have been worth it because the pain then only lasted like a few seconds, you know.
Yeah.
But it was still for that short amount of time, that was still the most painful thing I've ever experienced.
Damn.
Okay.
What's the most
Well,
Guys, for me, breaking a bone, I don't know if that was. Oh yeah, you know what's so weird about like pain? It's like it feels like you totally want your limb just detached sometimes when it's really bad.
I know. Yeah. Like, I can really. I just. But the thing is, what I think about is that if I did get my limb detached, it would be even more pain. Like, that's what happens whenever I
Yeah.
think about that. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of good techniques to try and counteract. I think for me, breathing techniques, just breathing in and out as deeply as I can, really helps to manage the pain sometimes.
For
So
me,
it's very
I always just try to move the thing. That did not help though when I broke my hand.
yeah. That can sometimes be quite counteractive, but yeah,
Yes. Yo,
especially when you break a bone.
yeah, because actually, when I broke my bone, then it was like it was bizarre because it didn't even hurt. I didn't think that that's what it would feel like to break a bone because it
Mm.
was something in my wrist. I don't know if it's because I broke something in my wrist, but maybe I was also just not expecting it to hurt. So maybe like what we are talking about earlier, if you if you fear the pain, then it's gonna be worse, right?
Yeah, that's true. If it catches you by surprise, then because like we were saying before, pain is a very psychological thing. So if it catches you by
Yeah.
surprise, you don't have any time to think about it really. So
Yes.
therefore,
Yes.
Yeah.
it could create the illusion that it's actually, oh no, not even an illusion. It could then quite literally be less pain.
Yeah, and James, William, did you experience anything worse than that? Than
Well,
breaking a bone?
actually, yeah, I did. But I have actually a query about well, how you broke your arm. And
Oh yeah,
did you hear any cracking sound? Like, how did
me.
you know? Like, what happened?
So it was actually my hand. It was my wrist. But I no, I didn't feel it. I didn't hear anything, and plus I was roller skating, so I think I would have hurt I think I heard my roller
Mm.
skates if anything.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
But seriously, if someone breaks their bones, then you can hear a crack. I think I
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
when I broke my
noticed.
hand, because the bone literally snaps in half, I did hear a loud crack.
Oh my god, I didn't hear anything
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah. No, you hear a crack when you break a bone.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the size of the bone. If you break your leg,
Yeah,
then
obviously.
of course you hear a loud crack. But if you break, for example, like a bone in like Jan, I know you broke your hand, but for example, like a tiny little bone in your wrist or something like that, I doubt you'd. Maybe there will be a crack. It's just so quiet that you can't really hear it.
Maybe. But also, oh
Mm.
yeah. Wait, William, if you want more details, like, I mean, I don't know if I sprained it when I was doing roller skating, but the pain only really I mean, I had some pain and I didn't have the full range of motion. Like, I couldn't bend my wrist back. But then I tried opening a bottle, and then it started really hurting after that. I didn't hear any crack, but maybe I just did really slowly. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, William and William James, did you experience anything worse than breaking a bone?
No, but I think I'm going to.
Oh, how? Oh, you mean like in life? I thought you meant like.
No, like they're gonna have to pull a tooth out, and they're not gonna
Oh,
give me anesthesia.
oh yeah.
And
They're not. They're not.
I don't think that's gonna go well
They're
for
not.
me. But
But why not?
yeah,
I don't.
hmm?
Why wouldn't they give you anesthesia?
For some reason they need me awake.
Oh,
So yeah.
Yeah, can't they just give you like laughing gas or something like that? Isn't that what they usually do at
No,
dentists?
just
well, but then you would bite. I guess.
no. But you don't need to undergo the complete anesthesia when you're just knocked.
Just
out. Just
have a
What
local
you need to do
anesthetic.
is you need to just bite the dentist's fingers every time he goes for it, and then he'll have to give you
I'll do
anesthetic.
that. I'll do that. Yeah, there we go.
that
You know,
always
oh yeah.
works. Get
Actually,
them.
It'll go well. It'll go well.
My father once pulled out one of my teeth because it was just not coming out, and I was complaining about it so much that he just went into the bathroom with me. I was like, "All right, we're getting this tooth out," and it hurts so much. I
Oh
really
yeah,
don't-
when they wrap something around it and they
Oh,
attach to the door and then they slam the
Oh
door.
my
Is
yeah.
that what he did to you?
No, actually, he was ripping out
Or what they do?
with his hand.
What I find quite interesting is the body has for example when you have like a really bad injury, so much adrenaline is released that you don't feel any pain, and why that's quite interesting because the body itself has such a strong painkiller within it that then you cannot feel the pain for up to like half an hour or something afterwards.
True.
If you're in like a car crash or something like that, you sometimes don't even realize that you're like badly injured because you have so much adrenaline going through that you just don't feel the pain.
Yeah. Wait, guys, would you like the story about the adrenaline? Because I actually would have fun.
I got the
Yeah.
adrenaline in my vein. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Okay. Nice. So I was talking with this. This one guy told me that his father was on a moped or something. Oh no, not on a moped. He was going quite quickly on a motorcycle, but then a car came out of nowhere or something. And so what happened is that he crashed into the car and he flipped over and he landed on his legs, right?
Mm.
And he tumbled a bunch. But the father, right? It was the father of the guy who told me. He was like, "I'm okay," and then so he stood up. But then the adrenaline ran out, and his legs collapsed from beneath him because they were broken.
Yeah, it's really mad what adrenaline can do.
Yeah, and you hear these stories about mothers and their childs with cars, and all that.
Yeah, and the mom has so much
It's
adrenaline that she can literally
exactly
lift the car.
yeah, which
Yeah,
is fucking nuts,
yeah, that's true. Mama power.
Because basically I have this EpiPen at home, but when I have an allergic reaction, and it's basically filled with adrenaline, and I've always wondered, if I just inject myself with that EpiPen, I just get a huge shot of adrenaline, and I wonder if I could like be like the strongest man in the world or something like that, and just throw a car at someone.
Most probably, there's a reason why people don't do that. So
Yeah, I don't think it would be a very wise idea,
yeah,
Yeah. I
but
think.
still.
I think the problem with adrenaline is that you just I saw you just stop feeling pain, right? Or
yeah.
you
Oh,
you
true.
forget that you're. That's probably
True.
one of the reasons why.
Can you hear me?
Because you shouldn't push
Can you hear me?
yourself.
Or
Yeah.
can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Sorry,
Wait,
I disconnected for
No
quite
worries.
a
No
while
worries.
ago.
No worries.
guys, I'm really, really sorry, but I'm gonna have to go now because
Right.
our
Well,
family
that's
members coming around.
okay.
Yeah, I
Great.
think
I think
we're
that's
going to
it
end
anyway.
it.
Good podcast. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thanks,
no
guys.
problem.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
Yes.
thank you very
Thanks.
much, everybody.
And yes, thank you for being here, and we hope
Thank
to
you.
see you next week. So
Very enjoyable
Thank you very much.
podcast. See you guys.
yeah.
Thank you.
See
All
ya.
right then. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Nice,
and
William. I think that was maybe my.
and I got to end
That
it
was
off
nice.
here. Just and feel free to contact me at weller.t.we@gmail.com for questions and comments. And thank you for listening. And bye.